Hi. So, given this scenario where we have a student that's not as interested and that is having a bit more difficulty participating in the class, I would first want to figure out what's going on. So, my initial thought process would be to think either that John is having a surface level kind of interest issue in the class, where he's maybe just not as interested by the material, or that he's not as interested in participating, and that can come from a variety of reasons, like his own interest in the class, his motivation, his some kids are just a bit more antisocial and they might find it challenging to just participate. And then aside from those more surface level things, it also may be a deeper issue, something like mental health issues, personal problems at home that might be kind of inhibiting him from being able to focus as well. So any of those things I'd want to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what I'm exactly looking at and whether or not which scenario fits for John's case. To do so, I think I would try and build a one-on-one connection with John if I haven't already. This can be done through breakout rooms. You check in one-on-one with them. You see if there's anything that they feel comfortable sharing, something even as simple as how their day was, what their favorite subject is, if they like sports, anything of that kind of thing, where you get the student to build a connection with you is fantastic. You can also do that on Zoom. It's a bit different, but I'm sure you can do it through maybe one-on-one messaging system, like the chat system, and try and get the students engaged through that way. So, however it goes, you build a connection with John, and then upon building that connection, you try and get them to open up and see if you can figure out what's going on. If they don't feel comfortable opening up, that's also fine. Just do my best to try and figure out what is the best approach based on the information that I can get. If I'm seeing that it's something more related to just class content, where he's just struggling to maybe find a voice or just struggling to understand the content, I'd want to work on just giving him easier questions. Maybe I could give him some sort of low ball questions that make him comfortable in just talking and feeling okay with not getting questions right. So you give him easy questions. Hopefully that builds up his confidence, and then you can kind of gear towards giving him questions that are more challenging and teach him that it's okay to be wrong or it's okay to not get everything right. Hopefully that would it's like a scaffolding method. And then if I see that he's struggling for personal issues, I think it's better that I check in with his teacher. I kind of let them know that, hey, I have these concerns. Is there anything that we can work together to do better? That kind of thing. And then obviously, I think the most important priorities I had in just choosing this approach were just building trust and rapport. I think safe relationships and safe spaces are incredibly important for students. And just yeah, I think that was my main priority, just kind of building trust, and my second main priority was just understanding the root cause and not assuming that disinterest equals sorry, not assuming that disengagement equals disinterest. Thank you for your time.